Good morning. Good morning. Today, we're going to be talking about these three simple principles that have completely changed how I view my life and how I act and show up every day. So, today, we're going to be talking about those three principles. Additionally, we're going to have some tips and some tricks for them and some powerful questions to help you start your morning off right and have a wonderful, amazing day. Cheers, friends, and enjoy the show. Financially free and enjoy more of what the world has to offer in this action one, because this is where most human beings screw the pooch. So a little one-person trampoline, very I screen shared it. Like, there's no excuse. Like, phone numbers are just out there. You just got to pick up the phone, smile, and dial. So. Good morning, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk Terror Morning Show, where we go over tips, tricks, ideas, and exercises to help make you the absolute best entrepreneur you can be, not only for yourself, but the people you love and care about most. I'm feeling good. Just got back from Seattle. Had an amazing, incredible, fun-filled trip. We got 2 straight days filled of sunshine. Well, there was actually a few, like, overcast in the morning, but it dissipated out. The city reminded me of San Francisco quite a bit, but man, I can see it is gray a lot of the time, but either way, just the trip and the traveling had me thinking a lot, had me thinking about these principles. I personally love to journal on my computer and type out a lot of my thoughts, how I'm feeling, a lot of the main points of whether it's my career, where I'm going, what I'm working on, when I'm on plane rides. So these are the 3 principles I really wanted to share, that when I think about when I embody them versus when I don't, the quality of my life is dramatically different. So if we can give ourselves a little grace and we can follow these 3 principles that we're going to show up today. So I asked the question, how I will live today, or more of a statement, really, how I want to live today. How will I live? So I'm going to go over these 3 principles and stick around us till the end, because we're going to have some powerful questions for you to take, piggy bank in your own back pocket, and try to improve yourself and become the best version of yourself. So the 3 principles that we had. So let's go ahead and get to the board. We're going to get these 3 principles on here. 3 principles. Also, special shout out, happy birthday to my wonderful, amazing sister. She's the best in the business. Absolutely love her to death, and I hope you have an incredible, wonderful day. You deserve the world. So these are the 3 principles, and then additionally, so we're going to go over these principles. And then additionally, we're going to have some powerful questions. And then I guess we're going to just talk about traveling a little bit. Okay. It's going to be a fun show this morning. We're going to have a whole lot of fun together. Make sure to tell your friends. Come on down. Tune into the Talk to Tanner morning show, where we start our mornings off right. I'm drinking some Athletic Greens this morning. I'll bring it on the show tomorrow. Neither of these companies pay me, but if you want to pay me, I would absolutely love to take your money. So Athletic Greens, and then I do half a scoop of Athletic Greens, and then I do 1 scoop of this. It's like this keto friendly. Essentially, it's just like an electrolyte drink. It has good salts. It has magnesium. It has potassium. Like a lot of these vitamins and minerals that we want to get in the mornings. So I'm trying to drink more of this and then not drink any coffee before like this 90-minute mark. And I didn't, because we were traveling from Seattle, I definitely didn't get up early enough to have 90 full minutes before I could drink coffee before the show. But that's okay. We can wait. Coffee can wait. But yeah, drinking this Athletic Green stuff, it's the Athletic Greens on its own. Yeah, they're probably not going to want to promote me after I say but just being honest, it's okay. But when I add that electrolyte stuff to it, I think the combination of it tastes pretty awesome. And I do it in about 20 ounces of water. Okay, enough about me and my hydration stuff. Let's go ahead and get into the first principle. So the first principle of the three that we're talking about, and you've probably heard these before. Good, right? I need a reminder. My memory sucks. I don't know about you, but it's so easy to forget. And I'm really excited this week because we're going to be talking about 3 levels of consciousness. I've been really trying to write out my own thesis on this, how there's 3 levels of consciousness for people and how we bounce back and forth from them. Really inspired by Ken Wilber and his book, A Brief History on Anything and Everything. But really, the reminding and the understanding how impactful this is. When we can look at hundreds and thousands of studies on a positive attitude and how big of an impact it has on our ability to memorize things, on our willingness to learn, and then just to enjoy life. So if we need a reminder today, I believe it's to maintain and to work on. This is a muscle, right? Humans were not built to be happy. We were built to survive. We were built to build, to conquer, to do all of these things, to reproduce, not to be all smiles and smelling the roses. So we have to work on this. We have to build strength behind this. We have to have stamina in order to have a happy, long, full life. So that's the first one that comes in is, I will have a positive attitude today. Feel free to say it. Feel free to write it. And you're like, oh, Tanner, that crap's corny. Well, just ask yourself, are you being positive as much as you would want to be? I know there's a lot of times when I'm like getting so locked into work. I'm all riled up. I'm all stressed out. Somebody says something mean to me. I'm going through this and I am not positive. People are talking about politics, or I have a flight delayed, or I'm behind on my work and my career. You have all these things going on in your life too. So it's really easy to get pulled out and sucked into the trap of negative there's this human bias for negativity where we just love to stare at a car crash a lot more than we like to watch somebody open the door for somebody else. So we have to really drill this in. So I hope today on this magical, wonderful Tuesday, we can embody this idea of having a positive attitude. Will you have a positive attitude today, or will you have a negative attitude? What happens if you have a negative one? You suffer. I suffer. We suffer. That's it. We miss out. We lose out. So I want to show up. I want to have a positive attitude today. And I believe we need reminders on this. We need to understand these principles. And what are a few tips to really help with this? So for each principle, I'm going to have just a few tips under here that we can really try to. This is what happens when I have a negative attitude. So avoid these. I guess these are tips to avoid, however we want to look at it. So our first principle is, I will have a positive attitude. Our tips are, limit multitasking. I need to stop trying to do everything at once. This is a great recipe to get all riled up and feel negative and be all pissed off. You forget one thing. You do one thing. You fall behind a couple minutes. I'm all mad and angry, and everyone around me's got to suffer too. Because when you're in a negative state, not only you suffer, but the people around you suffer, and you become insufferable. So we got to be careful of this, because the impact and the ripple effect goes beyond. But what if we smiled? But what if we were positive? Same direction, right? In a good way. So limit multitasking. The next one up would be accepting imperfections. My book, so I'm just wrapping it up, doing the final edits on my book. And part of me is like, it should be done already. It should be better. It should be this. It needs to be this. It needs to be that. It's like, whoa. This is my first book. It's not rocket science. And I'm giving it good effort. I'm really proud of it. And I'm just accepting that I'm not perfect. Whether it's my body, whether it's my mind, whether it's my work, as a coach, as a partner, whatever. Or the weather, right? It's not going to be sunshine and rainbows 24/7. There's imperfections, or else it wouldn't make the other stuff so good anyway. So accepting imperfections. I believe when we believe everything to be so, it needs to be so perfect. And then when it's not, this can cause negative attitude. And we got to be very careful of this. So I think if we can accept our imperfections with ourselves, with other people, Jesus, Like we're waiting in line for food and we're like, hurry up, hurry up. What are you doing? It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. There's 100 people ordering food too, man. Like everyone needs to calm down. No system's completely perfect. We don't need to get all tuned up and ruin our own experience because that's all we're really doing. You're not going to change anybody with that negative attitude. If anything, you're just going to make it worse. So accepting imperfections. And the last part is savoring experiences. Savoring experiences. I was just recently on a plane, well, actually yesterday, coming home, and one could think, oh my gosh, this needs to hurry up. This needs to get done, versus just the beautiful fact we get to travel 1,800 miles in 3.5 hours. That is nuts. And the plane, the craft, how many people, everyone's going from different places of the country, just moving around, and the beauty in it. I think we can just savor the experiences a lot more than we usually do. And this helps allude to, back to our point, positive attitude. I will have a positive attitude because I use these tips and because I kind of continue to reaffirm it. And that's our first principle. Next up is desire and belief towards my number one goal. So first we have positive attitude, and the second we have desire and belief towards my number one goal. If you do not know your number one goal, please reach out to me. I have tons of material, classes, worksheets, coaching sessions, so much that can really help nail this down. I believe people having a number one goal is just so inspiring. It gives us real purpose. It's fun. It's exciting. My number one goal is to help 1 million people create a one-page life plan. That's my number one goal. And when I have desire and belief towards this number one goal, I know I'm going to have a good day. I know that I'm going to have a good day. I get to work on stuff that's in alignment and getting me closer to what I want most. That's awesome. So we want to be able to have desire and belief. So what are some tips to make sure that this happens? First off is baby steps. By gosh, we don't have to save the world today. I don't have to save the world today. I want 1 million people to take my class. I want 1 million people to create this one-page plan because I just know it's changed my life for my health, for my relationship with my wonderful, amazing girlfriend, my relationships with my family, and working towards my career. This crap works. And I know that it's not going to happen all at once. And that's okay. The book's not going to be completed in a heartbeat. I'm not going to have some big checks coming in right this second, but I can take baby steps. I know that I can pull up the documents and I can edit 10 pages of writing to get one step closer. I know that I can message 5 people today and tell them about the services I provide. If we're not taking action, baby steps forward. And this, because it's crazy how humans just need evidence. I need evidence to show that I'm getting closer to my number one goal. If I can create evidence to get me closer to my number one goal, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to work harder, and I'm going to enjoy it that much more. So the next one is write it out. So I want you to write out your number one goal today. Again, if you don't have your number one goal, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you create it, but write it out. Just write it on a piece of paper. Just get it down. Say it out loud. Record it, you saying it. I have all these morning shows. I come back and watch them, and it's really nice and reaffirming. So maybe this inspires you. You want to create your own social media content. It's the brand. It's the resume. Everyone, I believe, should be doing it if they have a business. But write out your number one goal. Say it into a camera. Share it with other people. And that leads us to our last one. Tell somebody. By gosh, tell somebody. If you want some conviction, if you want some accountability, tell someone else your number one goal. Tell it to me. Write it down in the comments below. I would love to read it, or you can message it to me, or you can share it with your friends. You can share it with your family. This is your number one goal. There's nothing to be ashamed of. And there's something about just telling people and working. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to grow your business. Maybe you want to earn some more money. Maybe you want to figure out your dream career. Maybe you want to travel to somewhere, some cool city. Maybe you want to just help people. Whatever your number one goal is, we just want to be able to tell people, because I believe that it really helps me with my desires and my beliefs. This is what has worked for me. I would love for you to try it as well. That leads us to our third principle. Number three on are principles that changed my life forever. And that would be, I will be patient and enjoy this moment. This one is so tough. This one is brutal. But man, it is so important. Like, everyone, relax. Relax. If we can be a little more patient today, I believe it will really help. This is the backbone, right, folks? I mean, this is the backbone to the other two principles. To have a positive attitude and to have desire and belief towards your number one goal, we need to be patient and enjoy this moment. So a little life coaching talk, right? If you humor me for a second, or a little philosophy. What else do you have other than this moment? What else do you have? Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow doesn't exist. It is nuts that we are so willing to throw away right here, right now, for some thought, belief, idea that it's going to change in the future. Oh, I'll be happy once I get some money. I'll be happy once I get some health. It's like, you're not getting any younger. And the mortality and the finite of our physical traits, our mind and our body, it's so real. And I believe that if we can be a little more patient with ourselves and we can enjoy this moment just a little bit more. So whether you're on your way to work, you get off this show, you're like, all right, I'm tired of listening to Tanner talk. I'm feeling the steering wheel. I'm seeing the roads. I live in a city, or I live in this beautiful, cute, small town, or I have all of this going on, and just giving recognition to this moment right here, right now. And just, it's amazing to me how when we can do this, when we can be a little more patient with people, if someone cuts you off in traffic, so what? You're never going to see that person again. Just be glad you didn't get in a car crash. You know how long it takes to get out of, like, if you get in a car crash, calling insurance, fixing the car, finding a new car, making sure. What if you get hurt? Have you ever been injured or sick? That shit sucks. Really. So enjoying the moment, enjoying this moment, I believe, is the third most valuable principle that we can really have. A lot of my ideas and thoughts on, Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, Focus by, I already forgot how to say his name. He's that Hungarian philosopher. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Yeah, that's how you say it. Either way, The Power of Now and that Focus book, incredible. If you're really trying to figure out how to pay attention and live in the present moment, I love those two books. But some tips on being patient and present. One, let's breathe. Let's take a breath. It's all right to breathe. We have lots of breathing exercises. You can Google a number of them. If you want to take one of my classes, I give 7 to 10 tutorials on these, depending on the class that you take. I do, in our private coaching, every single session, we start off with a guided breathing exercise. Breathe, 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 breathe. Quality breathing is not involuntary. We have to force the hand. We have to take the time. If you want to calm down, go really hard on the exhale. If you want to get some energy, emphasize the inhale. It's crazy how those two little principles have completely changed my life. So breathe. And additionally, if you want to be present in the moment, engage your senses. Your ability to see, your ability to touch, your ability to smell things, like this stuff fades and you're not going to be able to see forever. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this the other day, and older people that we know, and they just talk about how much they miss their sight and how it's like, dude, this like being able to just see the beauty, the layers of life. It's absolutely nuts. I get it this morning. You're like, whoa, T-Dog, getting a little too deep on it. But if you just look and you just see the layers and the colors of what's really going on around you, then all this random bull crap that doesn't matter. I will go on social media sometimes and I'll see somebody else doing something good for themselves and I'll get upset about it. How sad is that? How sad is that? That's, so many of us are doing this, that others people's success makes us sad. Like, what? We're all in this together. But we have to address this, and we have to be able to understand ourselves, understand the self, understand what is most important. And I believe what is most important for me is one, having a positive attitude. Second, desire and belief towards my number one goal. And our third principle, I will be patient and enjoy this moment. I believe if we can have these three simple principles, then we can live higher quality lives. We can have more fun, we can do more, and we can help people do the same, right? I want more. The high tide raises all ships, baby. So if we can all improve, like this whole thing, I used to, man, just thinking in college, like I wanted to beat people in order to feel significant, in order to feel good. And I understand that's a human need, but that's such like a low grade of consciousness. And I'm excited to talk about my theory on the levels of consciousness and how we can do that. We'll be going over that tomorrow, so make sure to stop by. But these three principles completely changed my life: positive attitude, desire and belief towards your number one goal, and I will be patient in this moment. Okay, folks, that's all I really had today. Well, I wanted to give you two questions, a couple questions that we can write out today. Let's go ahead and let's erase a little bit. How's everyone doing this morning? Everyone having a good morning? We just wrapped up with the three principles that changed our life forever. So we wanted to get some questions out. We want to get some questions down before we roll out of here this morning. So I want to ask you, how will you show up today? How will you show up? So our first question that we want to ask this morning is, how will you show up today? How are you going to show up? Are you going to be mad? Are you going to be happy? Are you going to be all antsy? Are you going to be coming at people? Are you going to work towards your goals? How will you show up? Only you can answer this question. I cannot answer this question for you. Your parents can't. Your best friends can't. Nobody can answer this question but yourself. How will you show up today? How will you show up today? That's our first back pocket question. Keep that, journal about it. I love that question. I like to answer it all the time. So go ahead and write it out in journals, or just think about it. Just keep it fresh, keep it top of mind, and I think it can help us perform better today. The next one is, are you in a rush? Are you in a rush? Are you in a rush today? Emphasize on rush. It seems like we're always rushing to the next thing, rush into the next thing, rush into the next thing. It's like, whoa. What are you rushing towards? Getting older? Something to change, to give yourself permission to be happy? This happens all the time. I've done this to myself so much, and that's why I'm so passionate about it, is I always feel like I'm in a rush to get to the next milestone. I got to get more money. I got to get another rental property. I got to go travel to another city. I got to go do this, and I have to go do this. And it's like, I'm missing out on what I'm doing right here. I'm missing my youth. I'm missing my health right now when I'm rushing to this next thing. Do you know? So I want you to think about when you're interacting with somebody you love, somebody who you like, and I want you to picture them rushing to the next thing, rushing to the next thing, rushing to the next thing. Are they enjoyable to be around? Well, it turns out it works the same both ways. We're probably not super enjoyable to be around. And I can think of myself. I can think of so many of my friends, my family, a lot of my clients specifically. I have a couple business clients that are just savages. They make a lot of money, but we're really working on enjoying the present moment, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's always the next. So we want to have this question in here for today. Are you in a rush? Are you in a rush? And how can you slow down? How can you slow down to enjoy the present moment? We want to be able to embody, understand, do all of this. Man, what an opportunity. What an opportunity today to slow down, to enjoy it. So I wanted to get these questions on here. that's all I had here for today, folks. Some powerful questions before we roll out of here. This was 3 simple principles that changed my life forever. If you just tuned in with us, the 3 principles were positive attitude, desire and beliefs toward that's number 1 goal, and being present and enjoying this moment. Thanks so much. If you got value out of this video, please make sure to share it on whatever social media handle that you like, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want, LinkedIn. It means the world to me. We're trying to grow the channel and get just a free positive message out to people to help them start their mornings off right. My name is Terry DeWitt. I'm a life and business coach, and I teach a class called the One Page Life Plan. You can check out my website at talktotanner.com if you want to see more of my offerings and what I have available for sale. Appreciate you all this morning. And in case you needed to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's knock it out of the park today. Let's have a positive attitude. Enjoy this moment. Cheers, friends. I'm out of here. I got stuff to do myself. So have a great day, friends. And I'll see you on episode 374 tomorrow, where we're going to be talking about levels of consciousness. It's going to be a cool one. So cheers. See you then. 8 a.m. live Central Standard Time. I'm out.